Okay, so what happens if you miss a feeding? Luckily, sourdough is a pretty resilient thing, and as long as it's not more than a couple days, you're going to be fine and it's not going to be a big deal. Now, the only thing I would add to that is if you're in the early stages of your sourdough starter life, it's going to be more important to be consistent. So I'm going to say within that first month for sure, month and a half, maybe even, you want to be as consistent as possible. If you know you're going on vacation in 2 or 3 weeks, wait till you get back to start your starter. It's not worth starting it now, using up all that flour only to find it dead on the counter or mostly dead in the fridge when you get home. It's just not worth it. So make sure within the next 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be able to consistently feed it every day. Now, if you miss one day here on, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's going to live. It's going to be okay. It might get a little bit more acidic, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You're going to get more sour flavor out of that. But at that point, you may not even be baking with it anyway. So just make sure you're consistent as possible. And if you do miss a day, just get back to it right away. As quickly as you can. Once you realize it's sitting there on the counter, just make sure you get back to it, feed it, and then keep back up with that regular schedule. Otherwise, don't sweat it. The only time you need to sweat it is if you start seeing mold or something growing on top of it. And at that point, trash it, pour some of your discard back into a jar, and revive your starter using that discard.